Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Hauling's Worthless Podcast. This will be for Wednesday, December 2nd, coming out Thursday, December 3rd. As always, I'm your host, Big Irish J, and we have the co-hosts, Sean McCann, a.k.a. The Mechanable.
How you doing?
We have Manulus Rojas Martin, a.k.a. Coco, co-host.
The PC, that's right, PC
Manny.
That's right.
And then we have Phil. So, what we got going on?
We got a hot one for you today, baby! Woo!
And just to mention, Phil almost wasn't here for the podcast.
It's part of my recovery. I'm honest. I got to tell on myself, but I'm here. I care about you. All of you. All two of you.
There's three of us here.
Getting off to a hot start.
Oh God. Yeah, so this week we had this last weekend we had the Tyson Roy Jones fight. Did anybody? I saw it live. Anybody else watch it?
Yep, I watched it. That was crazy.
Oh yeah.
You didn't watch it? You haven't? Have you seen any highlights, Sean?
Nope. On purpose, not gonna. It's like that whole Star Wars thing with me where I haven't seen any of the new Star Wars because I want to keep it in my mind as it was. So I'm just doing that with Tyson. I'm just keeping it right there where it was.
Yeah. Let me real quick on the Star Wars thing. Have you gone back and watched the very first original when I say the first Star Wars, I mean the first Star Wars for us, the first one that ever came out?
I did, yeah. I did go back. I saw it on my VHS because I have the VHS tapes that aren't edited, so they don't have like those weird moments.
Yeah.
And yeah, so look, man, I watched it and I was like, yeah, I remember this. And I know I took it in, being older, I took it in way different than I took it in back then. But dude, still, it was like, it's more the nostalgic end of it. So I still liked it. But yeah, if I was new to it, I don't think I'd love Star Wars. I wouldn't get it.
What tripped me out was I watched it. This was probably 5 or 6 years ago. I watched the original Star Wars on Netflix or Prime or one of those. And the thing I noticed was at the time when we were kids, you're like, how do they do all this? This is amazing. And then now when I watch it, I'm like, yikes, the special effects.
Like when Luke gets his arm cut off, he's in that thing, that's like that huge like drop off into nothing. That was a huge, I remember, I was like, holy shit, he's so high up. And yeah, now you look at it and you're like, oh,
dude,
God.
I remember the cantina scene where Obi-Wan cuts off the bad guy's arm and then it's just laying on the ground with like blood. And I was like, oh, that looks like shit. So
yeah,
it's excuse me, it's interesting how movies and music especially I'd say it's probably equal. The emotions and the things you get, the memories that come flooding back in. Die Hard will always be, it's weird. It's so crazy too. Die Hard will always be a major movie for me memory-wise because that was the first movie I ever noticed how much sound plays a part. I went and saw it with my dad and I just remember it felt like everything was up like 10 times louder than it was supposed to be. And just fucking like, holy shit. And I remember with Wedding Crashers, seeing that with my dad. And because my dad laughing always gets me laughing. And I remember seeing Wedding Crashers with my dad. And when Vince Vaughn is getting jacked off under the table at the dinner, and my dad just fucking dying from that. And I will always, it's weird. Like they hold special spots in my heart for these random, memories.
Sorry to hear about your dad. He died from that? He said he died laughing from that?
So you didn't watch the fight, Sean?
No, that's a great question. No.
Oh fuck.
God. How'd you get off on the special effects fucking conversation?
Because he asked me if I watched Tyson fight. I said no, because it's like the Star Wars thing.
Got you.
And I tied it back to the Tyson fight.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy, Sean. Like I went and I saw the Star Wars thing again on Netflix like 6 years ago, dude. And the special effects, I was just like, wow.
You liked it?
It was just it didn't hold up. It's crazy how like old movies and music, mainly kind of equally, like Dude, I remember seeing Die Hard with my dad.
Huh?
Did you see
Luke
it, Phil?
Skywalker got his hand cut off, and it
I
was
watched
really
the
far
fight,
away
but I
down.
will say, as far as the special effects go, they're really obviously they're amazing.
They don't
these
have
days, but
special
they're
effects in boxing. It's just it was live.
No, and Star
Yeah, it
Wars,
was- yeah.
and what's crazy is
Yeah.
how expensive.
Wait, how do we get on
they
Star
are.
Wars? We're talking about the fight.
So
That's
what's
weird.
great is for the the next Star Wars reboot, for the Chancellor, that scene where the Luke is hanging above and about to fall way far down below, and the Chancellor's standing there, and he's electrocuting him. That's really expensive. So to cast the Chancellor in the reboot, because they don't have to do any special.
Hey, did you
effects
see
at all,
the fight?
they're supposed to cast.
Did you see the
Sean.
fight, Phil? I'm not gonna let you get the joke out. I know this is a fucking 10-minute long setup
Fuck
for
you.
a dumb joke. Did you see the fight?
Cast Sean as the Chancellor.
Yeah.
'Cause they don't need any special effects.
Hey, Sean, I'm with you. Sean. Let's just go.
Yeah,
on.
yeah, that's fine, dude.
God,
I
you
understand.
guys
I got a
are
remote
nuts.
control. I can shut
Yes,
this
I
shit
watched
down
the
with a
fight. I
button.
watched the fight. I think I was really surprised. I thought Tyson was going to lose. I thought Jake Paul was going to lose. So
Wait,
none
wait,
of
wait.
my predictions went right.
Wait, you thought Tyson was gonna lose?
Yeah. I thought he was
Why?
old and he's too nice and he's old and I didn't.
Too nice.
His last fight was 15 years ago. Jones's last fight was 2.5 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, that's a fair analysis of it. But I mean, just seeing Tyson in those workout videos, man, it looked insane. He was still quick. I mean, his feet maybe don't move as fast, but his hands were.
And his body movement, his bob and weave. He still has that head movement and everything. Well, the thing is, going into it, I knew like the rules. One of the rules was that it was an exhibition, so there was going to be no winner.
Mm-hmm.
That and there was no knockouts allowed. Supposedly there was no knockouts, but I was actually surprised that they were still like Tyson was throwing some shots that could knock somebody out, and I was like, okay. And then another rule was like if there was a bad cut, the fight was immediately stopped.
Right.
Since you didn't see it, Sean, I'll tell you this, like, and I totally understand why you wouldn't want to see it. It's like, fuck, dude, I remember Ali's fucking dude, Ali being like my hero, and then him just getting the shit kicked out of him, fighting
man.
past his prime and everything. I will say this, Tyson fucking was impressive. Like you're like, I mean, it's a hair. I would say it looks like a hair slower of prime Tyson, but that's still better than what we've seen in years,
Okay, so size
Yes.
it up to this then. So I read this thing that George Foreman said that he could actually take the heavyweight title again.
Tyson could.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what Foreman said.
Wow, maybe.
What do you think
No
of that after
way.
watching this?
To be honest, I don't think so. I mean, because right now, what's his name is the champion.
The Gypsy King.
Yeah, dude, and that guy is just a freak of nature. He's just a big body.
Oh, that big Russian guy?
No,
He's Irish and English
Oh,
or
okay.
whatever.
yeah.
Um,
Okay.
Tyson Fury.
Yes.
Oh, Tyson Fury.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
current
right.
heavyweight.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't feel like heavyweights box in the spotlight too often anymore. There's not that many of them, is there, compared to like Pacquiao and the other dude's weight level? That like I feel like that weight class is more prominent right now in boxing than
I don't know. Yeah,
heavyweights.
Deontay Wilder, Joshua. I forget the guy's last name.
Yeah, God, Joshua
Tyson.
from London or whatever.
Yeah. Tyson Fury. You had the fat Mexican dude that beat Joshua. Yeah, and then he went back to, I guess, being a mechanic. I don't know what the fuck dude. The guy had like it was built like my dad, but
No, he worked at Walmart, doesn't he? That guy?
it was something like, yeah, he had like a
It's like, I'm not going to quit till I make it. Yeah.
But
Wow.
to answer your question, Sean, I would with the current people out there, I think Deontay Wilder he could maybe take, because Deontay isn't really a boxer and doesn't do he's not a lot of avoiding. He's like all knockout punches and I think Tyson, he like Deontay's defense is doo-doo.
And Deontay was already talking shit to Tyson. Like he was like, I could take Tyson. So I mean, that's gonna give Mike even more fuel to be like, yo, fuck this guy, so
Now Tyson has a great jab, and he's got length, and I mean that's one thing Mike Tyson had problems with is like people with a good jab. Buster Douglas had a fucking great jab. So I don't know. I would say it would be competitive.
Yeah.
I won't say one way or another, but I'd say
It's
I don't
crazy.
think it would be like Tyson would be knocked out in the first round,
No.
unless it was like he got caught on something fluke kind of.
Yeah.
What is
He was even
52?
saying, he was
54.
even saying it. He was getting winded after 2 minutes. He was like, man, those 2 minutes still felt like 3. You know, he's just, he can't have the stamina like he used to. It's just, he gets a little winded earlier.
Sean, if you didn't miss anything else, you missed some of the greatest commentary in all of sport. Dog, he was fucking hilarious.
So people were getting bugged though, right? Some people were like, dude, we have 2 of the greatest fighters that have ever been in the ring, and we got Snoop Dogg. And again, I didn't watch it or any of it, but then I've read these. Some were like he was the funniest ever, and some were like, dude, he's being a little degrading to a sport.
But Snoop Dogg also
especially that has
said
Tyson and
before it started that he said he's personal friends with each of them. So when you think of it like that, it's just like a roast. I mean, he's just giving him a hard time.
Yeah.
I don't think it's anything to be taken personally.
But I guess I guess I take into account what you're saying, because if you are a diehard boxing fan and you love it at its purest form, you're probably like, oh, it's disrespectful. But I mean, Snoop was like, oh, my uncle's fighting in the backyard. You know, my grandma break that shit up. You know what I mean? He was just like, it was hilarious. This was one of those pay-per-view events where the announcers were swearing. They were like, oh, this shit is crazy. You know,
I will say this. It was the thing that I liked about it is he was excited. Snoop was getting excited, like, oh shit like that. Rogan does the same thing with MMA, but Rogan also has the knowledge of being a black belt in jiu-jitsu and shit. So and that's one thing I love about Rogan is like he'll be announcing, he'll be like, okay, he's going to commercial. Oh shit, you know, like, and like he gets excited. I think that's great, and that's what Snoop brought, that excitement. Now Snoop, I don't, you know, I mean, I was actually surprised. There was something Snoop was saying that I was like, okay, he's got a little boxing knowledge, it sounds like, but it was heavy on his enjoyment of it being in the moment, which I thought it was fine. I mean,
Jay, you brought up Joe Rogan. Now, Mike Tyson, he did Joe Rogan's podcast. And they did DMT together, right? And he had like this big epiphany of like, you know, being one and like peaceful and everything like that. So that's kind of what I was thinking too, is he was just becoming a little bit more like nicer of a guy, and I didn't think he was going to have that fucking killer attitude that he used to have. I thought he was going to be all like this, oh, you know what? Let's just be friends with everybody, you know?
Well, did you guys read that he said he smoked weed before the fight? Tyson did.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So he's
fucking, who he is.
It's funny. There's these like all-star athletes that constantly need a substance to just kind of bring their nerves down a little bit. So like, I guess Percy Harvin got high before every game that he ever played. He said he was like smoking weed. And then Marshawn Lynch said that he would pound Hennessy before, you know, a shot of Hennessy before the game. So it's like, you know, I know it's wrong, but at the same time, is it like,
is it wrong? Is it wrong though?
Yeah.
That's like
to who?
Yeah, dude.
I mean, that's my question. I'd smoke heroin before I started my day.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I mean, it's not wrong if it doesn't affect you, but Phil.
Okay.
I mean, you're sober and you almost forgot that we were doing this tonight when I reminded you. Fucking Jesus. All right.
5 times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, but
even to set an alarm.
I know.
Well, outside of the Tyson fight, how about that Robinson versus Paul fight? That was yikes.
So you
watch that.
You did watch that?
Hell yeah. Wow. Jesus.
Dude.
Knockout, dude. I mean, the way that dude slammed on the ground, it was like, man, that was nutty. You know, they got paid $100 a round.
No shit.
Wait,
yeah, man, that was the contract. $100 per round.
That's it?
Yep.
So
because it was for the you know, being on the ticket on the card.
I've been told that he made 500,000.
Nah, man,
Nate
the contract
Robinson.
is out. Nah, dude, it was $100 per, unless there was some kind of outside endorsement things or some kind of other deals, but it was $100 flat for that fight.
So I live in this Oxford house, and there's a lot of people in this house. One of my housemates, his wife, is first cousins with Nate Robinson. Pretty crazy. Yeah. So she wasn't here. She was asking if we're gonna watch the fight, but we didn't know. So she was with their family. But as soon as he got knocked out, the dude that lives here, he hit up his wife and he's just like, so how's your cousin doing?
God, I mean,
felt bad.
Thing is like, you know, boxing isn't, you know, any type of fight is like, it's not a game, man. You could be the most athletic person in the world, but there's technique to it. I mean, Jay will tell you, it's like when you're training for this stuff, it's like, you know, like Mickey said in Rocky, you're training for thousands of hours, just for 10 rounds. But on top of that, it takes technique and it takes sparring, man. You got to be able to have hours of sparring under your belt, or else, I mean, you get Nate Robinson, you know what I mean? And it's like he ran at Jake Paul, and that's like the worst thing you could do. It's like feel your opponent out, get your jabs in. But I mean, at the same time, Paul had 8-9 pounds on him and a height advantage and a reach advantage. That's a tough
experience. Like
they were fighting different too, man. Like Paul was actually like fighting. He was like boxing. I mean, and dude, Nate was like trying to fight him. He was trying to like beat him up.
Like
that
a
doesn't
street
work.
fight. And
yeah,
like I guess that Jake Paul dude, he has said, we'll see, only time will tell, but he actually wants to become a professional boxer. Like he's spending 6 days a week, hours in the gym, and he wants to, he challenged Conor McGregor, which I get.
He said he will knock Conor McGregor out.
Yeah,
he goes, I will knock him out.
He would beat him.
Yeah. Okay.
I saw that.
So I have possibly an opportunity to be in a boxing match at the end of next year.
You do?
Yeah. So I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I've been in fights, but I don't even know if I would do it.
Women don't count, Manny.
Okay. Want to say here on the Hollingsworthless podcast that we do not endorse any type of domestic violence against women or people of lesser stature and height, size.
Wait, why would they be of lesser stature?
If
height or size, he said. He got it.
Don't beat up on little people.
Oh, PC Manny's got it, Sean. PC Manny, you can't ruffle his feathers.
We love people of all walks of life, and we just want to say violence against those people would be wrong. Back to what I was saying, Jay. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to start realizing at a certain point. I was talking to my basketball coach about this. I was like, would you get me back in shape and like help me condition? He's like, you're not going to be anywhere near the athleticism you were at when you were 17. You were just quicker. You're faster. You can put on muscle, but at the same time, it's going to take probably like 2 years to fucking train for that shit.
I would love if he did train you for this fight next year, and then when you get in the fight, all you do is basketball shit. You're trying to guard him. You're like,
Manny, being from the Northwest, I definitely know where you shouldn't train for your boxing. Fucking
Nate's studio.
Yeah.
Who would you fight? Do you know who you would fight?
Probably like another comic or something. I might, I don't know who, like Jeff Dye or something.
They're doing something like that here in Vegas, where comics are fighting comics at.
God,
everybody's frozen. Okay. Oh, they're all back. Okay.
Okay, wait. Say that again.
Frozen.
Say it again, Jay.
They're doing something like that here in Vegas, where all the where comics are fighting other comics. It's like they do a whole thing about it, and like comics are training, and I was just I don't know, I'm like, for a comic, what is it that you get out of that? I don't know.
You wouldn't fight the big funny?
I mean, I don't.
Rear naked chokehold?
No, I mean it's whether it's somebody I loved or somebody I hated, I'm like.
It's weird because it's like we're past that point in life, right? It's like I don't have that aggression anymore. That it's like I mean, I wouldn't mind training, but it's like I don't really have that passion to just go beat somebody's ass anymore.
It also reminds me of like roast battle that they have on Comedy Central that started at the Comedy Store. To me, a roast is I think of it in the traditional sense, where it's usually a friend or somebody that you care about. And like they say, you roast the ones you love. Getting matched up against somebody that you're like, okay, I don't know you, so email me shit that I can talk about you. I mean, the show was successful and everything, but that was always weird to me, that you're roasting basically you're having a roast battle against a stranger that they have to help you with the material. I don't know.
I mean, it's gimmicks, right? I mean, it's what brings the audience in. There's got to be a gimmick for audiences to have the open doorway into comedy. So, like, that's why there's so many of these shows that it's like, oh, comics getting drunk and then telling jokes, or comics getting high and then telling jokes. I think a boxing match, I don't really see the structure for jokes, but I think like
Yeah.
maybe arm wrestling though, like
Wait, let me
wrestling would be interesting.
let me pose this though. If they were like, okay, you're gonna be on the ticket and we can guarantee you 20 grand for the fight, would you, Phil?
Oh, I mean,
Phil
you
would
could
do it for
probably pay
20
me.
bucks.
Yeah, you could knock me out for 5 to 10 grand easy.
Dude, he ate a bug in fucking Rhode Island for what was it, Sean?
Oh,
I don't know, like $50 or something, $20. I don't know.
so gross.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Sean, I can't hear you. You're muted. You muted yourself. All right.
Yeah, Cap.
Yeah, I had to deal with the cat. Yeah, it was $50, and then that follow up to that was I think we talked about this before. It was a beer bottle. Bunch of people. There was like some
Yeah,
beer in it. Then people would spit in it,
it was
and
like
there
a
was
sip.
cigarette butts and whatever else was in there.
You probably
Yeah,
have
and he took a sip. He did it.
I'm an animal.
okay.
You are an
Let me ask this though. Do you think that this opens up the potential for other legendary sports? So, for instance, I was thinking like a home run derby, but with a good pitcher like a Dennis Eckersley coming back, or like a big unit Randy Johnson versus a Ken Griffey Jr., like talking shit about like, oh, I could still take you out of the park.
No.
No? Okay.
I say no. And this, go ahead, Sean. You about to say something?
That apparently that's what Triller is. It's like Tyson owns that, Lil Wayne owns that, and they're going to be they're doing this Legends thing where they're going to be bringing people from different sports back to do stuff.
I guess I think it would depend on the sport. Golf maybe, but like I actually did a daily video. I might have been about it, what triggered it might have been this Tyson when this was first announced. And I put video in there. They used to do the old timers NBA games, and
Right.
you're seeing, dude, it looks like my dad at the Y. These guys are doing two-hand underhand layups and shit. And I don't want to see Jordan that is on a quote unquote fast break,
Right.
and he's wide open. You're like, oh, fucking remember Jordan. And then he goes and he fucking does a little horse underhand. You're like, oh, yikes. But they used to do something like they used to have like an old timers baseball. And there was a guy, an old timer that was I think he was swinging and he missed, and he turns and his knee buckles right there, and he had to be carried out. Ooh. And so I don't want to see any of that shit. Golf, maybe. Man. Darts. Maybe darts.
What about
that's just regular darts though.
I mean, okay, Jay, you wouldn't want to see John Sally versus Larry Bird.
I mean, I love John Sally. I love Larry Bird, but maybe horse. Like if they played horse,
yeah.
That's But I don't want to. I want to remember. I mean, that's why I was pretty impressed with Tyson. Like, I was like, fuck, man, I can't believe how good he looks at 54. I mean, dude, the body movement is what really was the most impressive to me, because I was like, I'm sure he'll still have, like, you saw the training videos. I was like, I'm sure he'll still have the power shots and the Tyson hook and uppercut, all that shit. But when he was like, his body movement is what I was the most impressed with, it, how quick he was still with the side to side.
The real question though is like, they recently did a Liddell versus whatchamacallit,
Tito.
Yeah, and it wasn't good, but I mean, I think that people tuned in to see what happened, so I mean, I could see them adding that to Triller.
In Manny's defense too, like what about the fact that some of these players, they kind of get pushed out of their sport because of age. So I mean, the fact that they kind of have another moment to shine again, even if it's to a lesser degree, they get that opportunity to be like, yeah, I'm gonna take one more swing against Randy Johnson. It's like, for one, I think there's definitely people out there that want to see that, and then secondly, I feel like those people probably feel a little bit irrelevant in their career and in their life, maybe not, but this is a chance for them to kind of get a little bit more relevancy again before they're not here at all anymore.
Well, I know, like in basketball, there's a lot of guys that are going into that 3-on-3, the Ice Cube thing,
the big three.
Yeah. I mean, you have minor leagues for baseball. I don't know. I just, like I said, there's certain things. Dude, the worst though is, imagine Who, like Phil, sports wise, who would you say is somebody that you, not necessarily a hero, but maybe somebody that your favorite sports person? Is it Ken Griffey or who is it?
I would say probably like, um, I was gonna say Sean Kemp, but like, not Sean Kemp per se, but like Gary Payton. You know, I love
Okay.
Gary Payton.
So okay, they have an old timers basketball or retired NBA players, and you see Peyton go to steal a ball and he falls and he blows his knee out there on the court, or his leg snaps and it's fucking hanging there. And then he never does anything ever again basketball wise.
But don't
Do
you
want
think
that as your last image of the
don't
guy
you
that
think
is your favorite?
he would have been
Or I
happier
could just
snapping?
maybe finish what I was trying to say, but that's cool. Go ahead. What?
I'm answering your question.
I wasn't done with it.
Don't you think he would have been happier snapping his knee on the basketball court versus snapping it at home, walking up his stairs to go kiss his fucking wife on the mouth? I mean,
We're talking two different things, though, bro. You keep going back to how these people feel, and that's not what this is about. It's not about how Gary Payton feels, and like
it's always about feelings.
No, it's
everything's about emotion.
We're talking about the other side of it. Nah, man.
They sell anything to you in this world. They get to your emotions, man.
We're talking about the fact that you are going to watch Gary Payton, not that you are Gary Payton. But see, that's the thing, dude.
You gotta put yourself in other people's shoes, bro.
You know, I will say this. I think that you guys bring up a valid point, because it's
Thank you.
I do, some better. Some things are better watched on like vintage basketball. You know what I mean? When you turn to the channel and you just watch an old classic, Sonics game, and you see Kemp dunking on somebody, or you see Bird, hitting a three, or like talking shit to somebody. That's where it should be. And as much as we love these legends, it's like, I didn't want to see Mike Tyson get knocked out. I didn't want to see Roy Jones get hurt. It's, it was cool to see, but I don't know if there's now that I think about it, there's probably not a huge market in it. So
let me answer your question better. I would like to see these people be happy, right? I want to see them if they look like they're happy. The athletes, if the athletes look like they are having a great time and they're back, then I enjoy watching that. I enjoy watching an athlete enjoy what they're doing. So I mean, if they were enjoying it up to that
conversation
point,
now.
Whatever.
I think
I know what you're doing. You're just trying to lean in heavy to that whole his side shit. Who cares? That's not what it's about. No, we like Gary Payton. That's not what this conversation is about, though. Who gives a shit if he's? Dude, he'll feel cheery if they ask him to come back one more time. Who cares? That's not what we're talking about.
You had mentioned Kemp. What was probably your favorite thing about Kemp? Dunks, right? How powerful his dunks were?
Yes.
You're not going to see that in his comeback game.
Good God, no.
Right.
So you want to see Kemp do some jump shots? Maybe rebound?
Alley poop.
I like it, Sean. It plays.
I tried.
Oh, fuck. So we're all in agreement. That's a fucking dumb idea by Phil, right? Okay, cool.
Yes, even Phil thinks that.
Now, okay, because one of the things we can play this game, Manny, with what you were saying, like you were mentioning what legendary matchups. Okay, if we're talking legendary matchups, not now at their current age, but all time, that's a fun thing to talk about.
Yeah,
like Tyson versus Ali. Holy shit, in their prime, or not now, because I'd take Tyson probably now.
So dumb. What's that? Who would you take in their prime, Ali or Tyson?
Ali. I'd take Ali. Fuck, man. I mean,
in what round though? Wouldn't it depend on that too? So like if it got to the second or third round, now it's more in Ali's favor. Whereas if it's a first round, like Tyson would take the first round if he could take the first round.
Yeah. I mean, I think of, so who would I compare to like Tyson in Ali's era? Maybe Foreman as far as power, or Frazier, of course. And I mean, Frazier got Ali once and Ali got him twice. And fuck, dude. I mean, that would be so amazing to watch basketball wise, and in their prime. I mean, dude, who Jordan
Kobe,
what's up?
Jordan versus Kobe or LeBron. Like, I mean, Jordan and Kobe. I mean, Kobe definitely seemed to take moves from Jordan, and they were almost mirror images of each other in some aspects.
Yeah. the era.
Yeah, but I mean, it's so hard because it's like, damn. I mean, Jordan is just Jordan. You know what I mean? He
Yep.
took the game, especially in his prime when this dude could fly. And it's like, but LeBron's just a mammoth of a human being. I mean, it's like, God damn, all the muscle on him. I think he would body up Jordan at the same time. But Jordan, had a jump shot. So I don't know.
LeBron's got the gracefulness of Shaq. It's not fun to watch. It's like Jay and I talked about this before. Now I'm going to space his name. Played for San Antonio.
Oh,
just like
Tim Duncan?
Yeah, man. I get it. You're great, but dude, you're so boring. I can't watch you. I can't watch you. I'd rather see Cartwright take a free throw shot than have to watch
Tim Duncan.
Duncan do nothing. But dude, I would love if it was possible and you could get Jordan and LeBron together and Jordan and Kobe together. It could just like finally just silence everybody about who the greatest was, because we know who that is, but all those people that think like LeBron deserves to be there, they could finally learn to shh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jordan is the greatest player. Dude, here, what's the dude's name? Barishnikov?
Yes.
Isn't that the male?
Mikhail Barishnikov?
Yeah. So but dude, name another one. Another male. Do you hear that?
Yeah.
I don't hear it.
I can hear it through my ears.
What was it? Oh,
It's my
meow?
cat.
Oh,
Yeah.
Barishnikov.
But here's my point though, is I'm sure there's amazing male ballerinas out there too. But dude, this guy had like the poise and the thing. Like, dude,
Yeah.
Jordan had the thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to see stats. I'm fine with stats. I get your point with stats, dude, but that's only part of the argument.
That there's something to be said for going to 6 finals and winning them all. You know what I mean? Never losing a final. In all fairness, he had Scottie Pippen. He had a Dennis Rodman who were great, but at the same time, LeBron's been surrounded with talent and lost to Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. So I mean, there's something to be said for that, going undefeated in the finals. So
It'd be cool to see like Pete Sampras go up against Roger Federer.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Serena Williams and what's her name? Martina Navratilova.
Ooh, there you go.
Oh, nicely done.
Navratilova. How about Bird versus Bird? Sue versus Larry? Who's gonna win? I wanted to. Steelers played today, right? Today. And they're undefeated, 11-0.
Crazy.
It's crazy too. Like it's, I don't know how you do this, but it's like they're undefeated quietly.
Yeah. Attention.
Yeah. I don't know if it's because of the pandemic or what. And let's say they go undefeated, win the Super Bowl. Is it going to be an asterisk where people are like, well, I mean,
yeah.
Oh, of course.
It has to be an asterisk because it's like, you didn't even play against Lamar Jackson this week, so you would have never known. I mean, RG3 is a shell of himself. He had a few good runs today, but you're not playing teams at their best, and you're also playing teams without a preseason. So it's like there's always going to be those questions and those what ifs. So I would definitely say there's got to be an asterisk. So,
which is
and
also
you're playing quiet games.
Yeah.
Oh, good point. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, not as much
You can hear calls. There's no disruption.
So
Everything's
true.
just easy.
And they don't necessarily have as loud as a fan base as another similar team from the Northeast, the Patriots. The fan base for the Patriots, they're always so loud. So if they're undefeated, everybody fucking knows they're undefeated. The Steelers can go undefeated and they're much more quiet about it because their fan base is just, they're not advertising it as loudly as other teams' fans are.
But it seems like there's there's always been the terrible towel fans and shit. So, I mean, they're really loud, but
the steel curtain. Well, you all right there, Sean?
Dude, she's like just climbed up my skin.
Oh,
oh my God.
Oh.
Hi.
John needs a blood transfusion.
Asterisk, by the way, is also what Phil used to do with some of those dudes. Come on, Phil. That should be your new nickname.
Asterisk.
Asterix.
I really don't think that the Steelers will go undefeated. got to go through Kansas City. Kansas City is too much of a powerhouse. I mean, dude, this week in fantasy football, I was playing Tyreek Hill and fucking Patrick Mahomes. They put up 100 points by the.
Yeah. But dude, it is crazy what Mahomes is doing, and also Russell Wilson, dude, is like I think I was reading he has the best long ball in the NFL right now, and like it's crazy because he's not really getting like the publicity I would think he deserves.
He's also kind of had some shit though. He's thrown some interceptions and was kind of playing crap for a little while there. But let me ask you this, Jay: how much do you miss TB3?
Who's TB3
or whatever? Tom Brady.
TB12.
Whatever.
What the fuck?
I was thinking,
it, Manny.
Jesus Christ.
Tuberculosis 3.
Yeah, when he left, like people were like, "Oh, are you gonna get a Buccaneers jersey now?" And I was like, "No." And then when people would ask me, I would say, "I hope that Tom Brady wins every game he plays, unless it's against the Patriots." I can't take anything or wish him any ill will for the joy he brought to me as a Patriots fan for all those years. Do I miss him? I do, in the sense of, I mean, it's crazy because overall, I think he's doing like he has been doing. It's just the coach he has now is more calling out shit, which is, weird. The GOAT. I wish he would have retired a Pat player, like I wish he would have retired a Patriot. So maybe we get 1 or 2 more years out of him. Cam Newton is a fucking dude. It's a heart attack watching the games with Cam Newton. Sometimes you're like, fuck, he's back to MVP form, and then sometimes you're like, oh my god, put in Edelman as the fucking quarterback.
Yeah, for real.
That shit. Every time I watch a Pats game, Sean and Phil, every time Cam Newton fucks up, I hear every Boston fan in my head just saying the N word.
That's funny.
Oh,
yeah.
That's not very nice.
That's probably really true. Yeah. God.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Oh.
So Jay, your dick game is trash.
Well, Manny, we're not supposed to talk about our love lives here. No. Yeah, I was talking to Sean about this, that it's a joke I'm actually working on, but it's jokes a lot of times are based in truth. I don't know if it's probably old age. Dude, I get like fucking like I was telling Sean, my dick game is trash, but my sex game is top notch. And right. I was like trying to break this down and figure it out. Like, I lost my virginity when I was 16, and it literally went from like I was never messing with girls or talking to girls, and then I'm in bed with a 21-year-old woman, and right. And then I'm like a sex fiend. But I think like when I was in high school and people that were getting laid, I think when you're growing up, you don't really give a fuck about the woman being satisfied. You're just like, I want to fuck. It's like a conquest thing. I want to get my numbers, so to speak. Yep. Well, while I was doing that and people like me were doing that, these fucking nerds that weren't getting laid, they're reading shit about the G-spot and how to fucking make them fucking squirt and all this shit, so that when they finally do have sex, their sex game's off the charts. So now I know. So now I know all this shit with, like, making girls squirt and all this shit and everything. But it's like I'm like in Jordan's last year. Like I know all the skill sets I've built over the years.
But you got to wear arch supports.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. My vertical isn't as good.
Yes.
I fucking, so yeah, like, and Viagra is fucking great. And dude, my first, I know Sean and I have talked about this. Phil or Manny, have you guys ever used Viagra?
I don't use PEDs.
All right.
That's my whole point is like, that's like, I say in the joke, I'm like, when Barry Bonds was getting homers, did you really give a shit? You were more, I just want dingers every time in the bedroom. Well, the first time I ever used Viagra or anything similar, and I've told this story on stage, Joey Medina, I was on the road with Joey Medina, and we were checking in. We had 2 separate rooms, And as we're checking in, he comes over to my room and he tosses me. He goes, hey, here. And he tosses me a thing. It looks like it's about the size of a ketchup packet. And it's like, liquid or whatever. It's written in Vietnamese. So I don't know what it says. So, Manny.
You see Manny.
Yeah, here on the Hollingsworthless podcast, we just want to say how much we love all people from Asian descent. We support the Filipinos. We support the Vietnamese, Chinese, Japanese, whatever sect, even Indian, that's a part of Asia. So we just want to say we love you all. That was actually just Jay actually knows Mandarin. And if you actually, he may have said it a little wrong in that what he said, but he meant it with the best of intentions. Go ahead, Jay.
Thank you.
Actually,
konnichiwa.
Hold on, but Manny, you just said even Indians, and that came across a little odd. You might want to wrap that one up too with something.
All right. And Manny Martin actually lived with an Indian family back in 2003, which was a great experience. I'm not going to lie to you. Some of the most spicy food I've ever had in my life. I actually, this is 100% true, guys, wiped my ass with an ice cube once. While
All right, we got to hear this story after my
oh God
dick story.
Gugria.
By the way, you said I know Mandarin when I said it was Vietnamese, but that's okay. So he tosses me this packet. I was like, what's this? He goes, oh, it's Viagra. So you guys all know when I'm on the road, I don't give a fuck about, I never am trying to get laid. I do the show. I say thank you to the audience, and I can't wait to go back to the hotel room and just unwind, relax. So he gives me this packet. I'm like, oh, I'll use it when I get back to LA at some point, some lucky lady. Well, for whatever reason, I'm in El Paso and this girl took a liking to me. I won't get into all the details, how we were talking or whatever. Long story short, we're walking into my hotel room, me and this lady, and I immediately grab this packet that I can't read anything on it. And I just down the whole thing, the whole packet. I remember it was 100 milligrams of whatever it was, right? Down it. And it fucking worked. So me and this girl fucking, it was on. And we fucked twice in the span of 20 minutes, 30 minutes. She left. And then as soon as she left, I'm in the bed and my fucking heart is just, and not only that, this thing, it fucking, my nose is plugged up. I can't breathe. I'm like a mouth breather now. So I grabbed the packet because I'm like, am I going to just die with a rock hard dick? That's how they find me. I look it up on Google, the name of this shit, and everybody's saying, yeah, it works and this and that. And everybody is also saying, just use half the packet.
Oh man.
So that was my first experience ever using anything similar to Viagra. That was probably 3 or 4 years ago. And then since then, I don't, dude, it's it's, I get soft ons, not a full on, not a full hard on. It's it's
soft on.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's so funny.
Hard, and then the top half is just limp.
Well, there was some comic that said that the middle gets hard for him. I forget who the comic was.
Sheen.
Was it Derek Sheen?
He's it's hard in the middle, and that's it.
Yeah. It's it's weird. It's and it doesn't happen always. But Viagra will just fucking takes care of it, and then I don't have to worry about it. But you also, I think they say you wait 30 minutes or take it 30 minutes before you, because there's been times where you're like, oh fuck, and then we're gonna fuck, so you take it really quick, and then the girl starts trying to get you aroused. You're like, let's slow it down, let's talk. I care about you. I don't want to let's not just rush into this. And then 30 minutes, you're like, are we gonna fuck or what? Now, have you, Manny, Phil, Sean, have you had any problems getting hard ever?
Yeah, for sure. There's certain times where your head's just not in the game. You know what I mean? And
both.
Yeah. And I remember you said one time, there's those times when it's like, fuck, this is going to take forever.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's I think that there's maybe times when it's like, fuck, you're tired. You know what I mean? You just came off
stress,
so
dude,
for sure, man.
There was a girl that I had been talking to, we had just literally, I think we had gone on 1 or 2 dates, but we had stayed in contact with each other for about 2 years. So we had been talking, hey, how's this? Real like casual shit. And we had the opportunity, or I was going to Vegas. This is when I was living in LA. I was going to Vegas to do a show, and I was going to spend the night. And so I was like, hey, you want to go with me to Vegas? She said yes. So it was pretty like, we're gonna be in the room together. We kind of knew like probably we're gonna have sex, right? So this, if you don't know, LA to Vegas is usually about a 4-hour drive, 4-ish. Well, this was there was like a snow, there was all kinds of accidents. It literally took 12 hours for us to get there. I got to the point where I had to go right to the show after driving for 12 hours. The show had already started. I was like 10 minutes late, but I was in contact with them. I walked into there. They were like, what do you want as your intro? And then I immediately went on stage, got off stage. Then we went back to the hotel, took a shower, and she wanted to go out a little bit. So we get back to the room, and this girl, she's kind of famous a little bit. Like she was in a Nelly music video. She was in a movie. And so we're back in the hotel room, and we're getting naked. And I'm like, we're starting to, it's things getting heated. And I already know, like,
was she aware? Was she aware you were doing all that?
Jesus Christ.
I just want to make sure it's going both ways.
We have like 5 minutes left, I think.
All right. So
God damn it.
Oh, so anyways, yeah, so she was awake, Phil, consensual.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. I'm happy to hear that.
I wish that this was consensual. I feel like you're raping my ears with these fucking jokes. So I had taken a Viagra too, and again, I don't know if it was because I was tired or what, but like I know, I'm like holy, like I'm going down on her, and I'm like, holy fuck, I don't know if I can get hard. I'm so fucking tired. I don't know if I can get it. So like she keeps wanting to like, oh, okay, let's get to it. I'm like, oh, no. I mean, I just want to make sure you're satisfied, And dude, I was down there for a while, and then I got some semblance of a hard on, but I was also like, God damn, man, this isn't my fucking, I need a redo. This isn't my best work.
Just like that. It's like that Richard joke when he's like, please let it stay heavy, if not hard. You know what I mean?
Who says that? Oh, that's funny.
Oh, I never heard that.
I mean, doing a lot of drugs and alcohol, there's been a lot of times where I haven't been able to get it up or keep it up. But as far as being sober and having sex and having troubles keeping it hard, I remember like when chicks want it like really rough, it's like it's like a lot for me to like. It's a lot of pressure and a lot to focus and concentrate on. And so sometimes like it'll be fucking like slamming like really hard, and I'm just like, fuck, like this is like too hard, this is too much. And
are
it's
you
just
talking about
so much
the strap on?
It's just so much pressure that it will start to go limp. And like I'm like, no, and then like it will just kind of like slide out, and then I'll be like, fuck. And so like I'll squeeze like the base of it to like keep it like hard, and then shove it back in, and just be like, okay, fuck. And then it will just start to noodle up and just fall back out, and then then I just say sorry, I can't keep going.
That all sounds like a dope night for some lucky chick.
Oh fuck. Oh, so how much pressure do you apply with the two fingers when you squeeze it? Like when you're squeezing it, like is it like a pinch?
I have to use both hands,
Sean,
because it's a big ass dude.
Sean, you have trouble getting boners ever?
I have. We used to eat those like when I was in my 20s just to go to the club, Viagras.
Serious?
Yeah, but dude, like for them to work though, like you can't just be thinking like, oh, that chick's hot. Like you have to be ready to go, and then it relaxes some nerve, and then things happen. So you just eat this, and I don't know if it was more like psychosomatic, but you kind of feel like, all right, we're going to the fucking club now. I don't know. It was just like part of the thing. There was no real reason. And they go away in 4 hours. It's over. So it's like they don't last. And Cialis wasn't around then either,
Have you ever taken Viagra just for a great jerk off session?
Nah, man. Because dude, hey, bro, do you know how much those things are though? It's no joke.
No.
Those things are $40 a pill.
What?
Or if you can if they sometimes there's like coupons and stuff out, but like you can get that price down. But dude, yeah, it'll cost like for 10 of them, it can cost you $900, and then that's for Viagra. And then if you get like the off-brand, dude, you can like get it down to half of that.
Jeez.
I'm just buying whores for that price.
Isn't that crazy?
But if you
That's
can't
crazy.
get hard, why?
Well, I have enough money to pay for the time for them to get me hard. Your time's not up yet, bitch. Keep on going until that shit gets hard.
I just want to say here on the Holly's Worthless podcast, we do respect all sex workers and their hustle. We don't want to call you whore or any of that good stuff, but Phil meant it in a playful way. We love you.
Yeah, okay.
In a playful way.
Yeah, you whores.
Oh God.
Okay, we got. We'll save some of these others for next episode.
Oh, hey, can I say something here real quick though? I just want to bring up, this happened last night. So just quick backup. Jay and I have known each other for years, 10 years, 11 years. And he stayed here. I've stayed at his place. We talk pretty much every day. I've driven your car around when I need to drive around and do some things, all this kind of stuff. So yesterday my friend got on, he started playing YouTube. He was playing Call of Duty, and he live streams YouTube. He does this every night, probably around 11 o'clock. So I come in, and usually the title on it says Jay's Big Irish Jay, or it says something Jay sucks at COD, Call of Duty, right? And then blah, blah, blah. And I noticed this time it didn't. And I was like, dude, I'm going to get in and see what he's doing. I usually, get in real quick. He does it every night. So I go in and I say, hey, you changed your title from Jay sucks at this. You took that off. Is it true? And then all of a sudden I typed something else, but all my comment text was gray. Like the letters were gray. And then I thought I was getting ignored. So then I was trying to do like the super chat to send money through to see if that would like break through. And then when I did that, it came back with a message and it says, you've been placed on timeout by the moderator.
What?
Come to find out, dude, somebody's watching his thing and moderating his channel. I'm on the goddamn podcast every week too. Like I'm actually like a employee. But dude, and then he sends me a text. He's like, "Ha, she blocked you out," and I was like, "Aha, that's funny." But then like 10 minutes later, dude, it wasn't that long, but dude, she wouldn't let me back in. It wouldn't. I was locked out, and so I was like, "Hey, good on her though, man. She doesn't give a fuck.
So
she doesn't care who it is."
Yeah, that's Kay. She's got like 5 names: Kay, Pearl, Ayoka. But but like Sean said, I've been streaming, and what's interesting is I would say 75 to 90% of the people that are in my chats are female, and like they get in there, and I mean, which I don't give a fuck. I'm like whoever it is, but Kay is like, I always hate. I've always felt weird being like, oh, this person's a fan. I don't know. It just is always weird.
I think they want to be called that, though. I think they like that.
Just friends.
I think fans like that.
Yeah. I mean, like me and Kay, I have her number. I'll text her, like, I'm getting on, blah, blah, blah. But she was always in my, she follows me on Instagram and stuff where we follow each other. And she was from the beginning when I first started streaming. She was always in there. So I made her a mod, and she's very protective. So like she didn't know that Sean's like one of my best friends, and so she thought it was just
being a dick.
Yeah, she thought some rando was coming in there, and she's like, "Oh no, bitch, you're on timeout." And I was dying
because I came in and I said I'm gonna crash in the party is the only thing I said when I came in. So yeah, maybe that. Yeah,
I feel like
it's funny
alert.
Wait,
yeah.
Phil, do you still have a PlayStation 4?
I do. Yes, haven't been on it in a while since I've been living up here.
PlayStation 4?
I do. Yeah, 4.
Yeah, I feel like we should jump on Call of Duty all together at some point and just talk shit and have fun. And then
I've never played it before.
Yeah,
I have it. I've never played it. I got like a bunch of different Call of Duties. Yeah, I got a bunch of Call of Duties. I have that one. I don't know if it's the one you guys play.
Oh,
I think you have Ghost Recon.
I got like a Badlands one or something, I think it's called.
Yeah, that's Ghost Recon. But here's the thing. If you do play Sean, here's the thing is, Sean, you'll have to be patient, because I play shooters all the time. And when I first started this, because I usually don't play first person shooters. And dude, honestly, it took weeks before I felt like I was okay.
In control.
Now
Yeah.
I'm pretty good, but the thing is, we all will be on the mic and we can all shoot the shit and laugh. And I mean, I posted a video on Instagram of me fucking with a guy that was on my team, and then it just so happened I had no idea. He had no idea. Somebody had me scoped in on the other team that was just about to shoot me, and I just happened to move right when that guy fired, and he killed the dude that I was fucking with. So you just hear that guy goes, "You got me fucking killed, Jay. God damn it, I'm done fucking with you."
Dope.
I mean, we have fun though on that, but yeah,
Let me ask,
yeah.
I've never played any of the Call of Duties on like PlayStation, but I played it on the mobile, like with you guys. Is it the same, pretty much?
Yeah, I mean, it's same controls and everything, better graphics, of course, and you're using a controller, but it's yeah, it's different levels too, but it's fun. I mean, you know, I'm usually playing with Tony Baker. Tony Baker will set up a room and we'll go in there and we're all shooting the shit and chatting. Like Gabe Botten. Do you guys know Gabe?
Yeah, I know Gabe.
So
Dinger?
No, he does photography, but he also produces shows. But Gabe has an Xbox, and you can play cross-platform. So if you have an Xbox or PS4 or PS5, you can play with each other. But you can't communicate because we're in a PlayStation chat room. So Gabe actually is getting a PlayStation so he can get in on the chats.
Wow, that's
with
cool.
all of us, which he's getting this weekend. But with
I suck at first-person shooters, but I was gonna say when I played with Jay, I'll survive if it's like a battle royale style. I'll survive because I'll be right in Jay's shadow the whole time. I'm like, "Where are you going, buddy? I want to stay alive. Save me,
dude." And I was gonna say we'll end on this topic real quick and then save the other ones for the next one. But so I'm about to this week. I'm probably gonna put my Christmas tree up. So, funny Christmas memories and or what age do you stop wanting gifts? I'll say this for stop wanting gifts. I don't know if it's necessarily stop wanting gifts as much as it's like I think you get to a certain point where if you want something, you just get it. Exactly. And then it's it's not the same as like when you're a kid and you're like, well, I want this, but my allowance or I don't have an allowance or whatever, I can't get it, so I got to wait for Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I mean, go ahead.
So I know that it might take a while, but I wrote that down because I actually wanted you. I don't know if you guys have ever heard Jay's Christmas story about what his dad got him one year for Christmas.
Fuck.
Have you guys heard about the Fred?
I think I do know this. Yeah.
I can't remember.
Okay.
Wait, which one are you talking about, Manny? Because I have a few Christmas shit. My dad.
It's the DVD one where he watched it. And
yeah.
It's such
a. So okay, I'll tell it. Here, that's what we'll do. If you have a funny memory or a fond memory, whatever. But this sums up my dad. So my dad, every year, my dad doesn't wrap gifts. He whatever store he got it at, he takes that bag, crinkles up the top, staples it, and then he'll put a ribbon on it. So,
but that makes sense though, right?
Yeah.
Say that to a dude, and you're like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so when we would be at my grandmother's, everybody would come to my grandparents, and there'd be all these beautifully wrapped gifts from my grandmother and my grandfather, and the special ribbons and all Christmas paper, and then a brown Fred Meyer's bag with a fucking ribbon on it. And you're like, oh, that's from my dad. Well, one year, actually before the Christmas of this year, in the October before Christmas, my dad randomly, I don't know what the fuck made him think of this or why he just brought up, he was like, hey, you remember those faces? Can you hear all this, Sean, or did you miss this? Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, I got to deal with this cat, dude. It's tearing things up.
Okay, did you hear the setup or no?
No.
Okay, so the October before this Christmas one year, my dad just randomly, I don't know why, but he goes, hey, you remember those Faces of Death videos? I was
Jesus.
like, yeah, and I was like, yeah, and he's like, you know where you can get those? And I was like, I have no idea, Dad. I have, especially my dad who doesn't have the internet. He just, I was like, I don't know, Pops. Okay, whatever. So that Christmas, 2 months later, my dad gives me my Fred Meyer bag, and inside this bag are 2 Faces of Death DVDs, one and 2, opened
and scratched.
Yeah, and Barack Obama change T-shirt size XL, which I haven't been in XL since I was like 10, probably. So my dad basically bought these DVDs
And some lube.
Watched them. What?
And some lube for the Faces of Death DVDs.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's not that. If that was time better and in person, that probably would have been funny though.
I don't get
Sean was on my side.
I don't
Because
get
you're
it.
about
Jerking
to,
off to
okay,
Faces
yeah.
of Death.
Oh, okay. So he had these two DVDs. I thought it was like the face. You lube the face up to fuck it. I didn't know what the fuck
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, so
Not worth it.
thank you. So
Yeah.
two Faces of Death DVDs that he had already watched, and was like, I've watched these. I've got my use out of them. Fuck it. I'll give it to my son. And then the Obama shirt, which I would bet money he won that at a bar, like off of pool tabs, and was just like, what am I gonna do with this? So he's like, fuck it, here you go.
It's also a very recent story. I mean, relatively, man. It's within the last 10 years, or
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
right.
That's
That's so
pop.
sad. I fucking love it.
And those fucking DVDs came out. That was like in the 90s.
It was
Yeah.
way long. Yeah, that was like underground shit.
Yeah.
You had to copy that.
What's a memory, or what's something that encapsulates Christmas for you?
I remember I got the fucking Talk Boy from Home Alone. Kevin McAllister's little recorder that you could talk into, and then reverse, and it'd be like,
Oh, yeah,
hello, how are you? And that shit was like, I felt like I was Kevin McAllister. I was like, oh my God, I can fucking set up the house like to fucking kill the bad guys or whatever. Like I just that made my whole fucking childhood. So that was definitely the best gift I ever got. And yeah, I don't know. I'm 34 and I don't really give a shit anymore. It's like, if you give me what I want, then great. But otherwise, you could not even give me anything and I'd be just as happy. I'd rather just go get whatever I want, like you said, than get something that I just am like, just fucking save the money. I don't give a shit.
I'm trying to think. My favorite Christmas memory is we always used to go get a tree. And this one year, my dad decided to put the tree in the like trunk, but it wouldn't fit right. So he tied it to the back of the car. And so we're driving home and all these people are honking at us. And we're like, we fucking know. My dad's just yelling in the back. He's like, we fucking know we have a tree in the trunk. And, like everybody's honking at us. So it's like a good 10, 15 minutes on the way home. We get all the way home. I guess the tree was dragging on the freeway the whole way.
Oh my God.
And the tree was just like fucking missing a side.
That's the wall side of the tree.
So we fucking so it was dope. But I mean, there's like also dope memories where they let you believe, Santa is really shout out to all the kids, Santa is real. But
okay, just leave it at that. Don't fucking ruin it.
Never mind. All right, cool. Yeah.
Wait, there's
actually,
fucking kids listening to this fucking podcast?
There's no kids listening. Tell your fucking story.
So we used to go to midnight mass every Christmas, right? So this one Christmas, my dad, like we all get in the car. And my dad's like, "Oh shit, forgot my my wallet." Runs in the house, takes a few minutes, comes back out. Right? We go to church. We come back home, and there's all these presents that he like sprawled out to make it look like Santa had actually showed up. You know what I mean? For real. And I was like, we were like, oh shit, Santa came. So, like keeping it alive. But I think my dad was secretly mad at Santa because he was like, in his mind, he was like, how come a white man gets all the respect for the black man that all the fucking toys? You know what I mean? So
I get it.
Yeah, dude. All the kids like, God, Santa's great, Dad. I wish you were like him. He always hooks us up. And you're like, motherfucker, I can take all this shit away.
That's got to be the hardest thing for any parent, that your kids look at you like you ain't shit because you give them like the shirts and the jeans and the stuff they need, but then Santa come up with all the toys.
You should flip it. The parents should flip it. Have Santa give socks and shitty gifts, and then when they find out about Santa, they'll be like, good, fuck him.
Yeah.
Idea.
Glad he's dead.
Jesus Christ. Sean, what about you?
Yeah, the one thing I liked that we did as a annual thing, we'd go get our tree So we wouldn't cut it down. We'd go get a real tree at a place, and then we'd go to the Rhinelander in Portland, Oregon. In case anybody's been there, every year. Horst Magers, the chef, or was the chef. He'd probably be 120 years old nowadays, but dude, we'd have Hassenpfeffer. My dad get Hassenpfeffer. I'd have cordon bleu. And then you'd get like the God just threw me off, the fondue with the rye bread and the cheese sauce, and then a dude walked around with an accordion, smiling really awkwardly at you. Yeah, it's on Sandy Boulevard.
Yeah.
Way to go, man. Yeah. But here's my one of my favorite things. My dad always got really creative with the way he'd do a Christmas present. Like, you know, you get some of these kind of stocking stuffers and the smaller things, or like the accessories to whatever. But then, you know, you have kind of that thing. And so I remember one in particular is I'm upstairs in the bedroom, and it's early morning. It's probably like 4 o'clock. And then all of a sudden I start hearing like this clanging and shit, like super loud, just loud metallic sounds and all this shit. And so then, like, as I start to get it together, I was like, no way. And I ran downstairs, and my dad's behind my brand new drum kit, just wailing on all the shit. And, you know, like I got a boom box one year, you know, when boom boxes, and it was like that big with double cassette thing. And so at 4 a.m, there's like this loud Young MC playing.
Oh shit.
Young MC, I did my name is rocking it to you is my game. No, it's that quick one.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, so Bust a Move, that was a great song. But anyways, yeah, that they always did something like that. So I always like to do kind of surprises.
What's I know we're running long, but this will wrap it up here real quick. I was gonna say, and I'll tell you mine. What's like one gift? I'm sure there's been multiple gifts growing up that you're like, fuck, that was amazing. Is there one that sticks out? Maybe the one that you said, Phil, for you was that, like, I remember getting the Nintendo Entertainment System, and I remember very specifically being at my grandparents'. I had 10-yard fight or whatever I think that's what it was called, the football game, and I had Kung Fu, and I remember setting it up on the kitchen table, and we had it on the small TV that my grandparents had, and then fucking playing Kung Fu and just I remember all that shit. So I'd probably say that NES, and that was, like my introduction into video games for me. I mean, I had played other times, but that, like, having my own system, that was fucking huge. So what's one for you guys?
I'd say for me, it was the year I got my Nintendo 64. I mean, I must have been like 12, 13 or something, but we were like really broke that year, you know what I mean? And my mom, like, I'm sure she declared bankruptcy, like you do, you know what I mean, after doing this shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Sean.
I'm just fucking around.
Jesus Christ. And he robs banks, like you do.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
I'm just fucking around. But all I remember is we just didn't have money that year. My mom made it happen, and it was like, I just remember playing like Mario 64, and it was just dope, man. And like, it was just, it really, I mean, like, I remember when I got the NES, I mean, Super Mario Brothers 2 was, my game. And then I had like Renegade or some shit. But I feel like the 64, GoldenEye and all that shit, that's when like games started really kind of taking.
That was your shit.
Yeah.
What about you, Sean?
Let's hear what's his faces.
Let's hear fuck faces.
I'm good.
Was it your Home Alone thing?
Sure.
Why can't you always answer like that? I think mine, I just didn't want to interrupt him. I think mine, and I think your guys is great. Mine was it was a couple years back when I was given the opportunity to work with some folks to help feed them when they didn't have food for themselves. And so I was able to go down and spend my day.
Whatever, dude.
Helping
real.
So I felt more something inside than what you guys held in your hands.
Was it the joy you got from taking that food from them?
Was it because you were full of bullshit?
Oh God. You know what mine was though, really?
Yeah.
Is when I got the Millennium Falcon.
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that was the moment. It was, and he took it out of the box and had it already put together. Because, dude, I think I got that maybe in like 80 or 81 or something. No, I had to have been old
That thing
enough
was
to know.
huge.
Yeah, it was huge, and you could pull down the front landing gear and use it as a handle to fly it around with control, dude. I must have got that. Yeah, I don't know, maybe in '84. I might have been 10 years old or something. Oh, I remember. It was great. I was so happy.
Like the back came off of it, and you could put the people inside. That shit was
Yep.
sick.
Put a guy in upside down so then he could control the gun thing, and they had the checkerboard piece in there.
Yeah.
And the button on the side. You put batteries in it would do.
Yeah. Dude.
Know that. Man.
Phil, come on. Don't be like this. What's your one?
We love you, Phil. You're the best part of this show.
It's whatever. It's fine. I'd say I got a fucking indoor tent one time. It was Alf, the character from the show, but it was just like a little thin, cheap plastic shit. But it was made to be set up indoors, so you could do a little indoor camping, with your friends, have a little sleepover. And that one was, I fucking used the shit out of that thing till it ripped and broke.
It definitely doesn't hold the same weight as your best Thanksgiving story. So, I mean.
Well, I didn't fuck anybody with my cousin that time. I was like 5.
And on that note, anybody want to plug anything? Oh, Manny, we'll save your plug for last because I know what we got coming up Saturday. Sean.
Yeah, I will. So we're still working this one out, but I was at I went to the Funnelingus that I talked about last week and just checked out the space. Looks really good, really excited. But we're also working on a place out in central Cincinnati, and it's called This. God, you got me off. I forgot. I have it written down somewhere. I'll post it on Instagram sometime tonight.
And your Instagram is?
It's at the Mechanical, and
Yes.
I post regularly. So, and
dude,
also,
I was looking at your feed, by the way. Dude, your shit is like one a year.
I have 2 things: one where my cat died, and one where Chris Cornell died. I think.
Yeah, dude.
Those are the 2 things. Yeah, I need to understand. I have messages in there. I got to figure out how to look at those somehow.
I'll send you.
Imagine
we'll
being so busy with all your dates. You'd think you'd post more about where you're gonna be.
I know, dude. I need to get a website together. I'm working on it. I got a lot of things in the oven.
Phil.
Yeah, I'll bet fucking sober.
Dude, I can feel that. That sucks. Yeah.
And Phil is at like the animal.
At like the animal. Oh, I forgot to change my handle this time. Sorry.
Right.
I'll do it next time.
Why is it like the animal?
Because my last name's Fox. Fox like the animal.
I haven't heard you say that in like
Phil Fox. Fox like the animal.
There it is.
Nice to meet you. How you doing?
Cool. Yep.
This Saturday I will be at Notoriety here in downtown Las Vegas, doing a show with some other great comics, Mike Favorman and Ty Rivera. I don't know if anybody who else is on the show. Next weekend I will be at Oklahoma City at Bricktown Comedy Club doing a show Thursday 7:00 and Saturday 5:45, I believe, or 5:30. So you can just go to BigIrishJ.com or Bricktown Comedy Club for those. Manulus.
Yes. So I don't know if you guys know, but one of the reasons me and Jay do so much improv is because I've recently stepped improv. So it's only a temporary thing. So don't get too happy about it. I suck at it. But this Saturday, 7 p.m. I think that the link will be on Facebook. I'm gonna post it. I promise. So you guys can hear me and my dumb shit that I do. I don't know, man. It's different. It's not, I'm so used to stand up and just being able to, I don't know, stand up will always be my first love because I can just do anything. I'm not Wayne Brady, you know what I mean? I can't do the shit, but it'll be fun. These guys are great that I am on a team with. And it's actually one of my best friends from childhood, his little sister, who is also one of my best friends. She's on the team with me. So she actually,
other than you, Manny, is there anyone else black in there?
There's an Indian guy.
Hey, wait, when is this again? Will you say it again?
Saturday at 7 p.m. I'll post it and then I'll share it. So
if you were looking forward to the Tyson and Jones fight, just wait until this next Saturday when Manny does improv. Check it out Saturday at 7.
and it's only audio, so you don't see me.
What?
Oh,
there's no
It's like a
on.
radio improv show.
Ah, fucking boo.
That's
Here,
doo-doo.
yeah, here's the concept. Two people do a blind date kind of online, and they kind of talk about their date, and then we jump into it and improv off of that. So
I am listening to that because that sounds like the most awkward setup ever.
Yes, I can't wait.
Oh,
Is there
good. 7
somebody
o'clock
doing
Saturday.
sound effects?
no sound effects.
Phil wants to volunteer.
Would be great. Yeah.
All right.
One other thing. I got in trouble for remember, Jay? I don't know if you guys knew this. I got in trouble for saying biznatch to an imaginary character in on the team. So like they were like, man, you didn't talk to little Susie next door. I was like, because she was acting like a little biznatch. And they were like, I don't think anybody should call anybody a bitch or biznatch on this team. We want to make sure we respect everybody. So that's kind of where PC Manny came from.
Wait, in real life, like because you did that in
Yes.
your improv?
They got upset.
Yeah, at me because of me saying biznatch to an imaginary.
Biznatch.
And I mean, like, they were like, unless you've been called that in your life, you can't say it. I was like, I've been called a biznatch. I've been called a bitch. I've been called all kind of stuff by my aunts and uncles.
You should have just gone overboard. I've been called a cunt. A fucking just can I use those? Can I say cunt?
Exactly. So, anyways, that's where I'm at right now. It won't be
So
I'm gonna stick with it for a little while.
Go
it's
crush
like
that puss.
is it premeditated improv?
So I mean, it's almost like real improv. Like
Minus video, minus crowd interaction, minus improving,
And you have to go over it with somebody first before you actually do it.
having a script.
so like somebody just somebody just starts the scene, and it's like, oh, hello, Jay, welcome to the grocery store, how can I help you? Then Jay will go off of that. And
Okay, here we go. Hold on.
It's a little short form and long form mixed, it sounds like.
Hold on, we'll bring a little bit of the love in black and white into the Hollings Worthless. Okay, Sean, you're gonna participate in this, Sean. All right.
Got it.
Okay, so this is, and Manny, since this is your thing, you will lead it. So you're gonna improv, right? You got to improv, Sean.
Got it.
Phil,
I'm
we're
ready.
just gonna watch. I know you want to jump in so bad, Phil.
Oh, it's me and Manny. I'm doing this with Manny.
Just you and Manny. Yes.
Got it. Go. Yeah, I'm ready.
cool. All right, so Phil, throw out a topic.
Pizza delivery.
All right.
Oh, nice.
All right. Bing bong.
Wait. Also, you have AIDS though.
Who does?
No, I'm joking. All right, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Hello, I'm your AIDS pizza delivery guy. Nice to
No, wait. You ding donged. I haven't answered yet. So let's start over. Here we go.
bong.
Who is it?
It's your AIDS pizza delivery guy.
Okay, hold on one sec. I'm just pulling the pizza out of the oven. I'll be there in a minute.
But sir, you have a pizza out here.
Click, click, click. Open door. Turn the knob. Hey, so who are you now?
I'm your pizza delivery guy who has AIDS.
Oh yeah, I ordered the AIDS. I told him hold the pizza.
Oh, scene.
Oh my God, dude, Sean's a fucking natural. Okay, we'll get off on this. I want to just say that because that just reminded me of something. Ari Shafir, the comedian, was talking about doing a commercial audition and just about how comics can be in the moment and like actors aren't usually. And so he said that they were doing an audition for a pizza place, and Ari was playing like they were in a business meeting, and this actor was bringing in a pizza. And, so like they did whatever the script said, a few times, and they go, okay, this time just improv. And so they go, all right. So the guy comes in and says to Ari, yeah, I got your pizza. And Ari's like, hey, dude, we're in a meeting. And that guy goes, I have a pizza. He goes, yeah, that's cool and everything. We didn't order a pizza, dude. We're in a meeting. This is very important. Just get out of here, dude. And so that's
really
it. They're in the elevator together, I guess, Ari and this guy, and the guy goes, really fucked that up for us, didn't you? And Ari's like, what? And he goes, you messed it up for us. He's like, dude, I was fucking around. I was just having fun. Ari booked it. That guy didn't.
Wow.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So, all right.
Wait, just as a closer, yesterday was National AIDS Day, so we don't want to make light of anybody's illness. We
shit.
make sure sure that you are safe. Make sure that you use condoms, and make sure that you get tested if you're out there being promiscuous.
And just go watch Dallas Buyers Club for the hell of it.
There you go.
Oh man, that movie.
While you're in Philadelphia.
Yes.
And until next time.
If a person fucking listens to this till the end, you deserve a prize. Your prize is to go to iTunes and rate or review this podcast. Give it 5 stars, you motherfuckers. Fucking say something nice. Oh, you fucks. I'm dying right now. You motherfuckers. I've been doing this fucking piece of shit for 5 years. I'm averaging about 2 fucking reviews a year. Go fucking write some, you motherfuckers. Oh, fuck.
That is the realest I've ever heard you.
God.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck?